Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Tuesday, May 3rd, 2016. Let's talk a little bit about the S&P 500, what's going on today, folks. Really intriguing action. First of all, we've negated the entire move up yesterday. Also, please note the volume. While it's not a super heavy day in volume, it is already more volume than yesterday. So the market went up on extremely light volume and came down on already more volume than all of yesterday. And let's just be clear on this. It's still an hour plus to go until the market closes. So, I mean, you're going to have plenty. You'll probably do close to 100 million in volume. And yesterday, I think we did 60 million. So think about 40 more million. I mean, that's almost double. That's about 75% or so, give or take, more volume than yesterday. So that's important. Okay. Now, another factor I want you guys to be aware of. Yesterday, and I told our members this at InTheMoneyStocks.com, but notice this pivot high right here. This was a retrace into the neckline of a head and shoulders. Take a look at this, guys. I love this stuff. Shoulder, head, shoulder. The breakdown occurred right here when it took out this neckline right there. So the breakdown occurred right into this 205 support area. You then bounced up and went right back to that neckline, which was obviously huge resistance. The resistance line right there, boom, slammed into it. What happens today? The market craters again. So notice how that retrace took you into that level. On a technical basis, that's something each and every one of you should know and understand, because that is a great shorting opportunity. I told it to our members here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Boom, to the downside, the markets went. Okay? Now, notice how you had early selling when the volume was in the market here, but the markets bottomed out just before noon when the volume got very, very light and floated up. Now, you're getting a little bit more volume later in the afternoon, so there's a little bit more trouble for the markets trying to go up. But believe it or not, this is a slightly bullish chart pattern here, very minorly bullish. But again, be interesting to see if we get a buy program into the end of the day, or is it a change in character and they flush the markets back down. But look at the level that it hit into, guys. Double bottom from Friday right here. You kissed it right at this low. But look at this upsloping trend line. I want to show you this upsloping trend line. This is an amazing trend line going all the way back. Look at how far this goes back. I mean, it literally goes back to this pivot point. I think it even goes back further, but that's where I have it starting. So from this pivot point right here, connected through these little lows, all right, connected through this low, it continues on, and you can just follow it with your eye. Amazing, folks. Absolutely amazing. To these lows here, to this low right here. So this is your new major level. In other words, what I'm saying to you is, if the markets can hold this, it's bullish. If we break this, it's extremely bearish for the market. Extremely. You guys understand that? I mean, this is important. Because, again, this becomes your pivot point, your major pivot point. So we're above this level right now, right? So here's the line. We're above it, therefore neutral to upside bias. If we flush at some point and get below this area right here, we'll call it the 205 level, then that is very bearish for the markets. The markets will go almost instantly to 204 and potentially even break 204. They break 204, they go to 200 on the SPY. And remember, we're looking at the SPY. It's the tracking ETF for the S&P 500. So you're essentially looking at the S&P 500. Okay? All right, so that's that. Why is the market selling today? Very simply, commodities taking a beating. Take a look at oil today. Oil down about 2.5%. You had a beautiful top I called right here, and that turned out to play out perfectly. You got the reversal, which I always look for, the follow through the next day, signals the top, and then today even more downside. If we go to the GDX, which is the gold miners did the same thing. Gapped up, reversed, secondary downside day to day. Gold miners, in my opinion, have topped. All right, there's a lot of downside potential in the gold miners, a lot. If we go to the daily chart on the gold miners, you should pull back to this level minimally, which is around the 23 level. Still another $1.50 to the downside. Okay, now the one stock that's actually acting pretty well here is Apple. Why? Why is Apple doing so well? Well, first of all, on a technical basis, it ran right into major double bottom support over the last 2 days. Notice how you have two tails there? That's telling you that buyers swooped in on both days. Path of least resistance is to the upside, and that's the angle you're getting today. Look at that, up 2%. All right, now that's actually keeping this market from really crashing down, in my opinion. Why? Why is money flowing in? Well, money's being pulled from commodity plays. Like, take a look at Freeport-McMoRan today, down 10%, U.S. Steel down 8%. So money's coming out of commodity plays, and it's looking for a safe haven home. And believe it or not, Apple is the new safe haven. Generally low PE, not looked as a growth stock anymore. It's been hammered into support, so money is finding its home here. and that is actually, believe it or not, it's the new safe kind of haven on the tech side. So when commodities are coming down, money looks for the tech side. They look for a safe name they know isn't going out of business, isn't probably doesn't have too much more downside, and their name right here was Apple. So really kind of cool stuff going on here, guys. Very fascinating stuff, no doubt about it. Okay, I think that's about it, folks. But bottom line is, this is what we do here. We analyze these charts, we nail them left and right. And again, that S&P 500, what a beautiful thing here. In fact, let me just bring up that S&P 500 chart again. Let's go back to the intraday chart here and bring it up for you. And here you can see we're starting to downtick. Remember, this is, and I don't have the lines on this. I have to bring up the other chart here. Let's actually do that right now. Let's go to the SPY chart right there. Go back to your intraday. And remember, guys, this is your bogey level. Watch this like a hawk. That breaks, this market's going to crater hard. Hard. Take care, guys. Come join us at InTheMoneyStocks.com. We have a 7-day free trial. Come join us. Take care.